Hello, my name is Salman Hamid, and I'm Assistant Professor of Integrated Science and Humanities at Hampshire College.
I'm Kevin Anderson. I teach courses in film and anthropology at the University of Massachusetts, and this is Film Autopsy. Hello, and welcome to a film autopsy of Silver Linings Playbook, new film written and directed by David O. Russell, starring Jennifer Lawrence, Bradley Cooper, Robert De Niro, Jackie Weaver, and Chris Tucker. This is a story about a man who, at the very beginning of the film, is released from a mental institution. I won't get into why, because that's an interesting part of the story. And he ends up crossing paths with another troubled individual, played by Jennifer Lawrence. It is funny, it's very realistic, it's dramatic, it's a little quirky. There's like a solid sense of believability to the performances and to the story itself, and so I would not throw it in the romantic comedy category. Also, I think that the performance by Robert De Niro is really great. He plays a working class guy who's kind of fallible, but also earnest. And Jackie Weaver is this great maternal figure, much nicer than the one she played in Animal Kingdom. Overall, I think David O. Russell did a great job with this, and it's got a number of Academy Award nominations this year.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is one of the best films of the year. I mean, this is just so well done. It's a difficult topic. This is one of the best films to actually deal with the topic of mental illness, in some sense. And yet, I mean, when we say that, you go like, oh my God, like, you know, you do want to see this movie. This is a really funny film. I mean, this is, but funny.
And harsh where it needs to be harsh.
Right. I mean, funny doesn't mean that it was making fun of mental illness or that it was insensitive to that or like, you know, that type of thing. But rather, it was just the script, the way it's written, it takes the topic seriously, and yet at the same time, it's a funny script. I mean, I think,
and the script exposes the flaws in all of the characters, even outside of just Jennifer
even
Lawrence
what we would call the normal,
yeah,
like, you know,
but not in a Ron Howard way where it's like, oh, we're all flawed, and so therefore we're all equal. It's like, no, these two people are pretty messed up,
right?
You know, but it does expose the flaws in his parents and friends and stuff like that as well.
And I think, I mean, David O. Russell, I mean, he's a I mean, his films have been phenomenal. One movie that I thought in terms of combining the dark topic with comedic elements was Three Kings. Yeah. I mean, I thought Three Kings is one of the best films about the Middle East and the war in general.
And the way he mixes humor into these very harrowing situations,
right?
But yet it's believable.
He could do that, and I think he has a tremendous ability to do it. So this film reminded me of that, except that I think Three Kings towards the ending, it's much darker compared to this, but the performances are amazing. Bradley Cooper, who I would never have thought, like, you know, that he can give such a spectacular performance. He is amazing, and just to talk about one scene again, and the use of combining the use of music. There is one really harrowing scene, and it uses Led Zeppelin in the background. And if nothing else, go and watch the film and see that particularly intense scene in there. It is heartbreaking, it is intense, and absolutely done wonderfully. And in that, Robert De Niro and Bradley Cooper are just, everybody's just phenomenal.
And those subtle gestures he gives. I mean, it's not an over-the-top, characterization of somebody who's bipolar. It's, it seems like a very genuine portrayal of a man who's going through some very difficult times, fighting the fact that he doesn't want to have to take his medication because he wants to be, real, but he's understanding eventually that, the medication is necessary. It's really snappy, and the end dance scene is, we're not going to give anything away, but it is
but it
so
makes sense. It totally makes sense.
Choreographed, where it's manic and it's elegant and it's them.
But the thing is that I mean, the one fear was like, that it will go into the territory of unbelievability, but the story stayed true the characters, and that's why it's so funny and it's good.
I mean, I was rolling. A
couple of other things. Fantastic. I mean, apart from the people that you've mentioned as supporting cast, I mean, I thought the Indian doctor or psychologist, I mean, a therapist was fantastic. But also Chris Tucker.
Randy, like Robert De Niro plays a bookie, and then Randy's like his kind of like I don't know, his right-hand guy or something.
And his Hispanic friend, like
his Hispanic friend.
So all of those characters are fantastic, but so is the city of Philadelphia. I mean, I think that plays a major role in it, and which is interesting because David O. Russell's last film was The Fighter, which was all about the Boston and Boston Irish population. So I mean, I think it's interesting that here
or Lowell.
He just just he just goes into a different territory and really gets
when I saw the fire, I was like,
oh,
David O. Russell must be from Lowell.
Right.
And I know. And then when I said, oh, he must be from Philadelphia. I mean, he gets into the cities that he's filming
and so those
in,
characters
really
in
good.
Philadelphia Eagles play such a big role in it. And so all of those things are just done so sort of like in a fantastic manner. And
well, since it has so many nominations, what do you think its chances are? We're going to do another Oscar, show, but just while we're here and now, Silver Linings Playbook is nominated in, all 4 of the acting things: Best Original Screenplay, Best Director, Best Film. You think it's going to win any?
I think it's going to win some. I don't know about the Best Film, but I certainly think. I think. Well, because of Lincoln, I'm not so sure about Bradley Cooper. I mean, I certainly think he deserves it. I think he's phenomenal in this film, and perhaps the screenplay. I mean, I think those were the places. What do you think?
I think Bradley Cooper's award is being nominated. I don't think he's going to win. Yeah. I would love to see Jennifer Lawrence win. She's been nominated before. She's great.
For Winter's Bone, she's fantastic.
I think Best Original Screenplay. I think that's, if I had to put money on one award, Best Original Screenplay.
And it's well deserved. So when you think about this film, think of it not as a romantic comedy or
the mental illness
film or something like that, but think of it as a David O. Russell film. I think it has substance to it, and it's really good.
Yeah.
Definite. Don't miss it. Go and see it.
Check it out.